They gonna let me back live here? Technical difficulties. Jesus. Man, technical difficulties. Where we at? Are we back? This is frustrating. The stream crapped out. Is it back? Let me know if I'm back. It said that I couldn't go back live because I was already still live. I've been trying for like 25 minutes. Am I back? Let me know. I'm back. We back. We back. All right, cool. We back. Hit the thumbs up button though, baby. Come on, hit the thumbs up button. Let's do it. Let's don't be a hater. Come back. I know you haters about to come up in here and be getting on your boy. At least hit the thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs up button, baby, because you know your boy be giving that entertainment out. Let's go. Let's get it. I'm back. That was frustrating. What the heck happened? All I know is this was like can't connect the stream, and then it said that I was still connected, and then wouldn't let me get back on though. And it still says that I'm streaming somewhere else. It's weird. All right, so where we at? Where we at? Hit the thumbs up button, baby. Let's go. Uh-oh. Boy out here hitting buttons and stuff. Let me move that. Stream wouldn't load. I know, man. I'm on that dial up. Y'all caught me, man. Business has been bad lately. I'm on that dial up, man. They got the 56K modem. It done crapped out on me. All right, let's go. Cajun hit the thumbs up. Let's go. He said he hit the thumbs up and go Tigers. College football overload. Payne said, let's get it, baby. Cameron said UGA played as well as they could, considering they got their asses whipped. I don't know what to say. When you get your ass whipped like that, I don't know what to say. Stingley's a grown-ass man. Stingley is the truth. Georgia defensive scheme was horrible. I'm not sure how Georgia's defensive scheme was horrible, though. It's one thing for to not be competitive or anything like that, but come on, man. Eventually, your offense has to do something. You know what I mean? If you force somebody to have to throw the ball down the field and make spectacular plays, and I think you did what you needed to do. But yeah, definitely needed the offense to have helped out. The offense didn't help out not one bit. ROTC Jake. The ROTC Jake's in the building. That man on that ROTC shit. Where we at? Where we at? Let's hit the thumbs up button, baby. Congratulations to the Bengal Tigers. Tigers looking like the truth, baby. The Baton Rouge Destroyers. What a we crapped out again. Oh, y'all scaring me there. I'm like, oh. Georgia lost at the kickoff, says Randy Hogan. He hit his thumbs up button. What's up, Lean? OU versus LSU. That's gonna be hard. Where we at? S. Emery in the house. What's up, S. Emery? Thumbs up. Thank you, S. Emery, for becoming a member. I like S. Emery. It's my lady. BBB shirt. No, don't worry about that, bro. It's just some shit when I first started making shirts or something, just coming up with stuff. Congrats to LSU, a real team with a real offense, says Ponsall Livingston. Congrats, LSU. Hope y'all successful in the playoffs, says Daniel D. Trey Price says, damn, Georgia got whooped. Sure did, bro. LSU defense is playing way better since they got healthy. LSU defense played very well. But guess what? Georgia wasn't healthy. So I'm not sure if you want to you definitely want to hang your hat on, definitely playing better than like that. But man, if some of these like a Clemson offense or something like that, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be way better than Georgia's offense. Georgia's offense is horrifically bad. Jugular Joe. Jugular, what did I tell you? Always going for the jugular vein. What happened when they start blitzing Joe Burrow? What did I say? What bad things happen when you blitz jugular Joe Burrow? He's always going for the jugular vein. Your best bet is to try to make him make a lower percentage throw. Every time they blitz Joe throughout the year, all he does is find the organic crease, keep his eyes up the field, throw the ball 67 yards on the scramble drill to either Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson, or he just seemingly boats the pocket and he's faster than whoever you got spying him or something like that. It's hard to defend that way, but you gotta stay disciplined. Georgia up there taking inside rush lanes like a straight goofball, right? What did I say in the lead up to this shit on the first one? Whatever like that. So I went back and forth for whatever for both teams and did this shit. I remember the one of them I was like, you cannot take an inside rush. You always got to contain this man in the pocket, have him try to step up and maybe meet the spy or something like that. Georgia taking inside moves, he just gonna dart to the outside. He's almost indefensible. He's always indefensible. You're not gonna stop the dude, right? What did they say? You can't stop him. You can at the least hope to contain him. They weren't even really trying to contain him. What up, James Wade? Thank you for the thumbs up. Let's get it cracking, baby. Let's get the thumbs up. Come on, haters. Let's get it. Give it to your boy. Come on, man. I know you want to give it to your boy. LSU looks like the Saints, says Perry. Who dat? They call Joe the Golden Arm. I don't give a damn what they call Joe. You don't Ty Billing, he's Jugular Joe. Give your boy some respect. As a Dogs fan, hats off to LSU. Now go win it all. They don't need your encouragement. Looks like they're just gonna do that shit anyway. Congrats to LSU, but Joe will be nothing in the league though. When you first came in, I was like, all right, his first shit sounds goofy. Yeah, the break barrel neck and all that shit like that. So anybody watching this, please get that dude the fuck off my stream. Trayvon Walker got a double dose of that muscle relaxer. He got hit hard with a muscle relaxer. I think he lost his control of his bowels, right? And they had to change that dude's pants. You got hit with a double strength muscle relaxer from Joe Burrow up in the pocket. You know he too young to be getting hit with a muscle relaxer too. You know they say that shit'll stunt your growth. And luckily Trayvon's already 6'5", 290, or you know what I'm saying? His shit, if he was smaller, if he was a young kid like that, he'd be stuck. He'd be like Arnold from what you talking about, Willis? Where we at? Stingley was dragging dude downfield. Dude smoking like an MF, says Jarvis. Yeah, that dude is lame, man. I don't come in here all salty and shit about some shit talking about you want to break Joe Burrow's neck and all this. Like, get off my channel, bro. We don't do that here. Yo, everybody hit that like button, says Dylan. Let's go. Let's get it popping, baby. Let's get it popping. Let's give LSU its flowers, man. Such a great team. Front to back, top to bottom, everything that I always remember. What did I tell you? I was like, man, you heard me say this 50 million times. No matter what, however they were playing football on the defensive side of the ball, I told you it's only a matter of time to me because I can't look at a team that has Rashard Lawrence on it, and Braden Fehoko, and Tyler Shelvin, and Jacob Phillips, and Patrick Queen, and Grant Delpit, and Christian Fulton, and Derek Stingley, and Kaylavon Chason, and all these guys like that, and think that at the very least it can't pull something when it needs to pull something. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing to me. Like, we've seen these guys ball out before. Actually, not the young guys or whatever like that, but those core guys that I named, right? And you could tell right off the bat, Rashard Lawrence was fired up, right? His geriatric ass, I don't know what they gave him or whatever like that. I don't know what they get old people to be firing them up like that, but his old ass was fired up. And man, they were very good. They were very good and very gap sound. So that's something that definitely will help them moving out. Definitely want to see that Ohio State matchup, right? See how gap sound that they can be, because LSU is OSU, Ohio State University, is a well, shit, we can't even go past that at Oklahoma, right? So Oklahoma is a monster rushing team as well. That's going to be nasty to see if that run defense can continue to do what it did against Georgia. That's some lights out shit right there. That should be a real good matchup right there, right? So if you look at Georgia's offensive personnel, doo-doo trash. I hate to break it to you. I told y'all before, there was none of them wide receivers, and you saw that shit. People can come in here and doo-doo trash, Private Jake from all they want. Yes, he's doo-doo trash. But you saw that drive in the third quarter where he was just hitting people, right? Hitting people, and the shit just bouncing off. They have won the Matt Landers that Derek Stingley, they thought he broke it up. He didn't even break it up. Matt Landers simply just dropped the ball. Just drop the ball. Like, you saw that shit all over the field or whatever like that. But so to see them go against like a CeeDee Lamb or Nick Basquin or Charleston Rambo, and some of these guys they got on Oklahoma, that shit's gonna be off the chain. Matt Landers shaking my head. All I gotta say, Matt Landers is so bad, man. So bad. CJ said, "Woo, what a whipping." This Corium dude, he always be popping up. He's suspect as hell, but he said Deion Stingley. Matt No-Hander, says Jay Lee. Here we go. K-Bank says our receivers are ass. I'm trying to tell y'all, people were, for some odd reason, they thought all these guys are good for some odd reason, but they're just not there yet, right? Some of these guys aren't going to be there, and some of these guys are just too young. That's just what it is, man. Kaylavon 2 sacks on the best offensive line in the league. Yes, sir. Kaylavon Chason definitely showed up. Come on, bro. Korean, you know you be saying some shit up we've had it out before, bro. You know your boy got a memory like an elephant. Georgia's first play was a drop. Suppose they would have hit that. That would have set the tone of the game right there. They could show like, damn, they can hit a deep pass on us. Then you're gonna start inching back with that shit. But that's what happens, man. You're not playing with. Where was Huckleberry? He was there. You didn't see Mark Webb? He had got benched. He was getting mashed up. Shit, he got on that rub route for a touchdown to Terrace Marshall, I want to say. That was on your boy Huckleberry. Yeah, that was a good play call. So Bama isn't a top 10 team LOL. Okay. What does that mean? Or are we talking about top 10 teams and shit like that? It sounds like the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Who cares? Are you in the playoffs? Are you about to win a national championship? Who gives a fuck if it's what about a top 10 team right now? Like I'm coming in there and be like, yeah, so I couldn't get a girl. When you left with like a little little person chick or something like that. I thought I couldn't get a girl. Yeah, Webb is trash. This should be enough to get them the number 1 seed. They should be the number 1 seed for sure. They have the best. I don't know why they weren't the number 1 seed to begin with. Or Ohio State does not have a better resume than them. I'm confused by why that was even like that. Coley is gone. Sonny says that shirt is dope. Georgia got out coached. Georgia definitely got out coached for sure. Pickens played solid, nothing amazing. In the second half? Yeah. Nothing, definitely, you know what I'm saying? Too little, too late, man. Were you impressed with the LSU D-line this game? I just said that. I just told you I was thoroughly impressed with Rashard Lawrence and Brayton Falk, all these guys. It was the gapness, right? Being able to adhere to your gap and not be in another man's gap. Just from the rudimentary fundamentals of the game, LSU was on it today, straight on it. That shit was the bomb. Alpha says Fromm is fake. Very confused by that. Robert Jenkins says, I like UGA's chances next year. Corey Williams says, was Swift hurt? What do you mean, was Swift hurt? I'm confused. Yes, he was hurt. Everybody knows that. Wipe your feet, they say. Hit the thumbs up button, baby. Wipe your feet. What are we talking about here? All right, so this, you scared you blocked LSU Tracy. Whoever that is, you probably need to block them. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm very confused by this. Like, come on, fam. I think there comes to a point in time in life to where you got to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even get into that shit. Like, put it this way, my personal time is my personal time. Don't be up on my shit, bro. I don't play that shit. They got raped on national TV. I like Trey Scott, but he got to go. Why you like him then if he got to go? I'm confused. How you like Trey Scott if he got to go? Jake Fromm needs to take his ass to the practice field and learn how to throw the ball. Yes, Jake Fromm is doo-doo trash. He needs to learn how to throw the ball. What does Georgia do to get better? Georgia needs better players on the offensive side of the ball. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can have all the talent in the world on the defense side of the ball. If your offense can't sustain a drive and goes 3 and out a lot, eventually the dam is going to collapse. And anybody with half a brain can know that shit. Where we at? Bro, are you wearing Big Baller Brand? Not wearing Big Baller Brand, bro. It's just some made up shit. Finally met a real offense. They met a real offense, for sure. LSU is just a great team. LSU is beyond a great team. LSU's team is the absolute truth. Georgia needs to recruit more exposing that wide receiver. I would say so too, man. All these 6'5" receivers and shit like that, that's cool in 2011. But this day and age right here, probably smaller receivers who can get out in space and make explosive plays is probably the way to go. Young Coke says, finally met a real QB. Oh, yeah. Imagine if Marshall and Chase could have caught those deep passes. For sure. Imagine if Tyler Simmons and Matt Lerners and these guys could have caught those deep passes too as well. So also in Delpit's draft stock. He's Grant Delpit. I don't know what you want me to say. He's Grant Delpit. He's been the truth, especially asking me on this channel. I only said he was the best player in the country before the season started. All he has to do is just play like he plays. We know that he's great. He just had to show it. I don't see LSU honestly losing to anyone. It's going to be, all you got to do is imagine that somebody being able to play that type of defense, right? They're able to limit them, but they still have some good offense as well. And then we can see really what's popping right there. So definitely want to see Clemson versus LSU. I think that's the ultimate matchup right there. Clemson versus LSU. Clemson can do a lot of that same shit, if not all of the same shit that LSU can do as well. And they've been known, right, to have a very quality defense. So they may be almost like mirror images of each other. That should be hot. Whereas this one was a juxtaposition game, right? Great defense versus a great offense or whatever like that. Those are two teams that can flip each other's style and be like, I don't know what you compare that to. Guys who got the same style that had to fight each other or something like that. Does Pickett's helmet fit? Does his helmet fit? What's going on with Whitey Panda? He always got these jokes. All right, stage wasn't too big for Stingley. Not at all. Definitely not at all. Imagine starting Fromm over Fields. Nope, shouldn't have started Fromm over Fields. Mark Richt has been better than Kirby with far less talent, though, the same amount of time. All right, Mark Richt has been better than Kirby. How does this loss affect UGA? The same way it affects them every year when they lose in this game. I don't know what you want me to tell you. They got to get better, man. How much does a natty cost? Damn it. I'm trying to buy one. Young Coach says Fields over Fromm. Yes, Fields over Fromm. D-Rob got them butters also. D-Rob, I can't say that. I'll have to leave that one in the chat. I'm going to have to leave that one in the chat right there. Gonna get myself in trouble. All right, where we at? Sugar Bowl for the dogs. They got their asses whipped so bad, to be honest with you, I would probably put Florida in the Sugar Bowl. I would let them, especially if they played there last year. They probably be like, I don't know about this. We don't know if we want them twice, but I don't know. It's all good. Maybe to get a little bit more healthy and then go from there. But I don't know if it's lock, stock, and barrel, right? Don't they kind of shy away from taking teams twice in the same bowl game, like twice, like back-to-back years? Roberto Hardy, what up? Georgia need a whole offensive coaching change, wide receiver coach, running back coach, and even offensive line coach. Doubt they'll change the running back coach. The wide receiver coach, definitely you need to look at that guy, right? Even in his defense, though, he's not like working with the best of personnel or whatever like that, but he's still, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Sam Pittman, the man. Juggler Joe again and again. If Curry doesn't change the style of play, Georgia won't ever win the big one. I was actually all about that. So I'm like, is it time? I was like, if a loss like this happens, does Coach Smart need to look at himself in the mirror and be like, you know what, I need to change some shit up, right? It's not going to work. This James Coley and all this shit like that. That shit is not going to work. I need somebody else is able to work with maybe less and do more with less or whatever like that and change it all up. But what we said before, he's stuck in 2012, 2011. That was his years. That's when he was balling out at Alabama or whatever like that. So I think he definitely does need to look in the mirror, though. It may be time to change. Thank you for wiping your feet. Let's go. Kirby is the new Richt. Damn, that's hard. Fields is going on now. What does that mean? Oh, they playing? They on right now? Matt Rule over Kirby Smart is what you're trying to say? Your cut is on point, Murph. Not sure what that means. You mean my haircut? Whoa, I think we might be doing too much. TD Outdoor says hashtag fire Kirby. All right, I'm gonna let everybody vent on this one right here. All right, so normally I don't let this goofy stuff roll through here, but I'm gonna allow y'all today. This is gonna be the vent day. Go ahead and vent to your boy Top Billing. Go ahead and vent to your boy Murph. Let's vent. Let's get it all out there. Let's go. Come on, give it to me. Almighty says Jake Fromm is trash. Let's get it. I want more. LSU made a great defense look average. It did. LSU definitely made a great defense look average for sure. Who's the best OC on the market? What about Chad Morris? Right? I'm not sure Kendall Brazos is going to be on the market anymore. I was told that he could be going to Ole Miss with your boy Lane Kiffin. Fire Kirby? Who said that? I don't know. Read up there. I'm just reading them. I'm damn sick of weak-ass pass scheme, says Caleb Arnold. Sean says, you're an idiot to fire Kirby. Well, tell them that. Why don't you read to the person and at them with their name? I'm just reading it. Bobo. So they want Bobo back. So here's the thing right here. So these people, right, they'll cry and bitch and moaning like that. Is Mike Bobo really going to be running something completely different from what we've seen? Like, that's what I'm saying. You guys are going to go back with the same type shit. You don't see people are leaving that shit in the dust? Why not go and try to do something totally different, right? Mike Bobo sounds safe to me. That's what that sounds like. He sounds safe. He'd bring back the toss sweep or some shit like that. Man, go get some, pony up and go get a Graham Harrell or somebody like that. Do something different. You're going to have to do something different because guess what? These guys are catching up to you, man. You didn't think in a million years, right, that you would not have to face Alabama in the SEC championship game and LSU beat the shit out of you way worse than Alabama ever did. Right? Every game with Alabama was close. It was super close. Overtime games, teams that came down to the last 25 seconds and shit like that. This wasn't close. Are you going to let a team like that sit there and pass you by? Then they're going to pass you by in recruiting and this and that. This is a pivotal year, right? I know you guys were penciling in or penning in winning a national championship if you're Georgia. You got to do some different shit. Triple option. I ain't talking about go that far now. Hugh Freeze. That will be hard. But is Hugh Freeze he's a head coach though, right? Grant Harrell going to Texas. Y'all boys weird talking about fire smart. Russian JB is just selling out. But when I said don't blitz Joe Burrow, people thought I was dumb. You don't blitz him. He's not blitzable, right? Because you're going to mess up. Because when you're blitzing, you don't care about how you get there. You're going to take whatever approach it takes to get to there. Guess what? He has eyes in the back of his head. He can feel the organic lane. He's going to open that bad boy up, get through that crease, and chuck the ball down the field, or he's just going to scramble and get a first down. It's almost like you're giving up when you're blitzing. They have to be super timely blitzes, more like green dogs, like they were doing. They had some success with the green dog blitz, right? Where Adam Anderson would just wait, right? If he's holding the ball too long, then you jet towards him, whatever, like that. You got to have an athlete like an Adam Anderson. But if you saw Joe Burrow with straight muscle relaxing people in the pocket, he muscle relaxed Trayvon Walker, something serious. All right, let's go. LSU, the number one team in the country. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Terrace Marshall had a great game. Maybe Georgia can go to the Saints also. Who they gonna get from the Saints? They're gonna have to get Dennis Allen. Not Dennis Allen, Pete Carmichael. Let's go. All right, man. Dudes, what's up with these people saying people like, come on, fam. We're gonna have to stop. Like, shit is like, come on. Terrace Marshall had a great game. He always has. He's Terrace Marshall, though. He's not Terrence. We didn't blitz him. We only sent 3 at him and let him pick us apart. No, when you got beat with a back-breaking play, it was from a blitz. When you made plays and forced him, right, to have to try to bolt and scramble through some shit, it was when you rushed 3 and dropped 8 and had a green dog spot. Joe Burrow looks like a creative player. He is a creative player. I missed the super chat. I'm sorry. Do you think Kirby developing his players enough? On which side of the ball are we talking about? Which side of the ball are we talking about? You talking about offense? I'm not sure that. I guess you can put that on. I guess you can put that on Kirby if we're talking about the offense. It is his team, but I think on guys on the defense side of the ball, man, they're lit on the defensive side of the ball. Just the title alone made me not want to wipe my feet at the door. I did, though, because I must always show love. The fuck that got to do with anything, bro? It's a title. You guys love some titles, right? That's why I'm glad that I was under Bleacher Report and SB Nation, these guys who taught me about titles and shit like that, because they say that that's all that is a hook, right? A title is a title, man. Like, grow up. That's what you got to do. Grow up. Let's go. Hope Coley and Fromm are on IR next season. That's hard. They both should go. They both should go to the league. Glad to see us get some pressure against the talented line. LSU did a great job with that, man. They really did. They had some great timely blitzes. You had the Damone Clark John, right? Anytime they saw any kind of crease in the middle or whatever like that, in part that way, boom, shoot it straight up in there. We in there. Another super chat? Where? Oh, James White? Just here for the Georgia excuses, Murph. I doubt they're going to make excuses. You act like these people were up in here saying that they were going to crush LSU or something like that. I'm confused by that. LSU gave the second defensive line some valuable time. At the end, no doubt about that. I hope Coley lose them naked pics he have on Curry. It's naked pics. We call them nakeds. What do you think of Dre Swift getting so little? Oh, DeAndre Swift. I'm like, who the hell is that? You mean Philly Flyer? He's injured, bro. I mean, what do you want? He probably gave it the best he could. It is what it is. I'm pretty sure they usually give him a ton of touches, so it had to have been something wrong with him. He's usually the linchpin of the entire offense. Ain't no excuses. We got our ass kicked by a better team, both sides of the ball. There you go. Damon Clark took over that divinity role. He did a great job on that divinity role too, man. His first step, right, coming off that, when it is time for him to go, phenomenal. Murph, I'm getting your face tatted on my chest, bro. Don't know what that means, but get it popping. Fromm made a lot of passes that should have been caught. He did for sure. But he also made a lot of throws that shouldn't have been thrown the way he threw them. Gotta look at it both ways. Joe Burrow looked like a 3-year starter. At the very least, he looked like a 4-year starter. He looked like he was already in the NFL. How can I get that LSU shirt in the large, Murph? LSU shirt are we talking? Oh, the one, that gold standard shit. I don't think that's some shit that I could sell. That was just some shit that I had made a long time ago when I first started making shirts, whatever. That was the shirt for my LSU site, the gold standard. Patreon.com/the gold standard. Splendor? Hey, man, people can have Splendor all they want. Get that particular person up out of here. Look, I ain't got no mods in here today. You think Fromm will come back? I don't know Fromm to know if he'll come back or not. Should he come back, he needs to just go ahead and go to the NFL, man. Growing pains when you trying to climb the mountaintop, for sure. Man, ask Coach K to send QB to UGA. I think he tried to, right? The what was the kid's name? The 2020 QB. Where did he end up going? I forget where he ended up going. Juggler Joe did surgery. Yeah, he did. Performance surgery. Tigers need to tighten up that red zone offense. Man, I'm telling you, it's hard when you have a ton of speed like that in those constricted areas. It's hard to really get it popping like that. So that was one of the things that if you're playing LSU, that's what you have to do, because more than likely they're going to have to pass the ball, and it's hard and it's tougher to pass the ball in the red area than it would be to run the ball. And as you can see, they really couldn't get off in the run game, even with them really concentrating on the pass, right? Were LSU trolls justified in their predictions? I don't know about that. The dude said 66-6. It was not 66 points. Virginia looking better than UGA. That's hard. Landers cannot catch the ball. He cannot catch the ball. Why does Fromm need to go to the NFL? Do you want to see him come back for what? To get ridiculed and all this and that? It's time to go. It's time to part ways. It's just time to go, man. 29-0, the best thing that happened to LSU. Self-evaluation. Oh, last year's 29-0. That was hard. That was a great self-evaluation. This was going to happen, period. I had a gut feeling all day that I played ball. When you're an ex-player, you just had this feeling, and UGA alumni and ex-player back in the David Green days. Cool. Murph, what happened if Ohio gets beat? Nothing. Ohio, the Bobcats, I don't know. But if Ohio State loses, nothing should happen. They should still go to the playoffs. Because who lost? Because Utah lost. This may be the best thing to happen to Georgia if Kirby self-evaluates and gets a new OC. Will he, though? Will he? That remains to be seen. Suppose he doesn't do that. Then they just keep banging their head, right? Will Fromm have any receivers next year? Man, he's going to be working with the same people, minus the guy that you see that he had the best rapport with, right? It was Jeremiah Holloman. He lost that guy before the season started. It was Lawrence Cager. He lost him as well. So you would have to hope that these guys step up, but are you going to really be relying on Matt Landers, Demetrius Robertson? They probably don't need to be playing him. Blaylock looks like a keeper for sure. Of course, Pickens and Blaylock are both going to be good, but where do you find somewhere beyond that? Kyrus Jackson to me looked a little suspect. Maybe he picks it up. Man, who am I missing? Yeah, it's kind of a hodgepodge. You're going to have to be probably relying on either a grad transfer or maybe one of these rookies, Marcus Rosemary or somebody like that. Maybe they can come in and hit. Just changing OC is not good. Gonna watch OSU later. Hopefully Rosemary is good. Oh yeah. Dang, so Oklahoma getting that 4 seed. Why wouldn't they, bro? I said all the time, all around. That was who I wanted to see be in the playoffs. Something about hook or crook. Jake Fromm is like wanting Chick-fil-A on a Sunday. I'm confused. I don't know if I want to. We probably should pause that. Jonathan Taylor has a 44-yard rushing touchdown. Damn, man, I'm missing this game. Y'all let me know what's the score of the Ohio State-Wisconsin game. They need a wideout with speed like Arian Smith and Jermaine Burton. For sure, man. But you're still talking about throwing two true freshmen at that particular point in time, man. You got to hit one of these guys who are veterans has to step up, man. 7-0 Wisconsin. All right. Our OC and wide receiver coach needs to go. Don't know what to tell you. Kendall Johnson says Burton is all LSU. OU going to have to bring their defense to the Final Four. OU has been playing good defense. You got to at least give them credit for that, right? They played Baylor twice. The defense ended up stepping up in both games when they really needed it. But definitely in the second game that they played Baylor, and the defense was flying around the ball. The defense actually played very well this year, all things considered. I believe it's a top 30, top 25 defense right now. So they're usually working with defenses that are in the 80s and 90s. So that's a vast improvement for those guys. Brady going to get OC title next year. He should definitely get the OC title next year. There should be no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You cannot lose that guy to anyone, right? He only needs to be lost to a head coaching job. They're the 26th defense in the country. That's hard. Oklahoma, the 26th, 14-7 Clemson. Oklahoma, the 26th defense in the country. I don't blame Fromm at all, man. The receivers are no good. The one interception was supposed to be a back shoulder pass, but the receiver keeps running. Very frustrating. I'm done. I'm done with it, bro. People gonna like believe what they want to believe or whatever like that. I too believe the receivers are doo-doo trash. I've done said that 50 million times, but that doesn't absolve Jake Fromm from anything, right? He's ROTC Jake, in my opinion. He needs to play better, but I can see a valid reason why his play is not a little bit better, right? He just can't trust those type of receivers. But with all being said, they need to change all that shit up. LSU versus OU will be a thriller. I can't wait to see that, man. Them LSU receivers go crazy. They do, man. What did they end up with? Can I get the stats? Can somebody give me the stats of what LSU receivers ended up with? Kirby Stubborn, he not going to change. Yo, Murph, will K. York be the next Cole Tracy? You asked me about kickers, bro. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I still have my standards. I don't talk about kickers. I'll talk about some punters, not kickers. Can't do kickers. People be all up on these kickers. Georgia people should never talk about that damn kicker no more. Thank you. Please don't talk about him no more. Into being a fan favorite and shit. You got one job as a kicker. When you play, you never even practice with the kickers. I never even knew these dudes' names or whatever like that, right? They have one job, just one job. Caleb says Joe Burrow is freaking amazing. He is definitely all that. He's Jugular Joe. Don't disrespect him. Call him Jugular Joe. He's always going for the jugular vein. No matter what, every time he's got the ball in his hands, I feel like it can be a touchdown. That's why I call him Jugular Joe. Spilled milk by Holloman was a huge loss. Well, you should have known that by game 1 or whatever like that, right? Shankenship. I think they called him Ricardo. Ricardo Shankenship. Bro, didn't you have Georgia winning this? I'm pretty sure everybody knows I had Georgia winning this, bro. Like, are we dumb here? You had Lamb over Judy. Yeah, I did. I had Lamb over Judy. I said that I would take Lamb over Judy. Jefferson 7 for 115. That's my dude right there. Justin Jeff. Marshall went 5 for 89. There we go. Let me get Jamar Chase. Can Brennan take Joe's baton next year? It's hard to really say, man. It's hard to really say. I did like what I seen from Miles Brennan. I told you this a million times when I saw him on the camp circuit when I had to work some of the camps that he was at. I think he's a very talented player. But there's just something about Jugular Joe, man. It's something special about that kid. You can't. It's like it's an intangible, man. Swift suited up for the last time. Oh, you don't think he's going to play in a bowl game? What was Chase's number? Somebody gave me Chase's number. Chase 3 for 41. Okay. Is Mathis the next Fields? Wow. I don't think we should even really talk about that. They let Jay Fields get away. Why? I don't know, man. Yo, Murph, what was your best moment? I'm confused about that. Best moment of what? My best moment? My best moment when I got married to my wife. That was my best moment. All of Georgia was pedestrian. Go to big stages 3 years just to get smacked again and again. Now they got smacked this year. They were very competitive with Alabama the last couple of seasons, bro. So I don't know about getting smacked. They were holding chase the entire game. Can't believe no calls. I hate to break it to you. I was in a group me chat, right, for my Patreon Georgia site, and they kept crying about calls too. So it looks like the calls were going on both sides, that they just weren't calling shit. Joe is so much more shifty than expected. He is something else. Hey, man. Is there a coach out there that you think dogs can get to fix the offense? Man, I done named a few different people, man, right? If you can't get a Kendall Browse, I just think you just need to do something different, man. You're going to go get somebody safe like Mike Bobo. Is that going to be good enough, right? Do you have the offensive talent to make that? To me, you're at a deficit with the offensive talent if you start talking about what these guys are doing at Clemson and what they're doing at LSU and what we've seen at Oklahoma and everything like that. So you really need to try to scheme it up. I don't think that USC had that dope of personnel this year. We can say that the conference is weak or whatever like that, but man, the way they schemed it up, that shit was crazy to me. So I know they said your boy's going to Texas. What's his name? Graham Harrell or whatever like that. We'll see about that. Kirby and Fromm obviously have I can't be saying that, man. When we make jokes like that or whatever like that, you have to be a little bit more. You can't be overt about it like that. Come on. I was having this Kelsey person who was having trouble with them before as well. We just say they have naked pics. We'll just say that. Do you think, oh boy, I don't want to talk about racism and stuff like that. I'm trying to talk about football. Believe me, I'm the last person that want to talk about racism. They just say he got them naked pics. That's what I'm saying. That's what we do. We have a little bit more refinement to how we deliver the message. How do you think Fields will play if he's forced to make progressions? I don't know. He's not forced to make them. He plays in a different style of offense to where they can have one or two progressions and he can bolt the pocket or whatever like that. It will be kind of hard for you to do that in Georgia's offense. It's not built like that. Murph, how did Joe catch his own ball? That was lucky. Hey, man, you make your own luck, baby. He's Jugular Joe. What are we talking about here? Didn't you say UGA had a chance? I'm pretty sure that we've already discussed and gone over this, right? You're gonna have to come with a little bit harder, bro. A little bit harder. This is what I do. See, this is what I'm not a pussy. You know what I mean? If I say some shit, I say some shit. I've been in the business 6 years. I done had said all kinds of shit in this business, baby. I done said shit people weren't even thinking about ever. And I'm the one that fucking said it. And it's like, damn, they like, wow, Murph, you said this and that. It is what it is, baby. This is what it is. This is the job. That's why I'm here. That's why you're watching me. Things look good for Florida. Florida sucks. I'm not sure about Florida sucking. Fields getting killed right now. Y'all, it is what it is. Kelsey said he was just ticked off. He can't be as overt about you. You gotta have some refinement to how you deliver your message. Donnie says, love your shows, you know your shit. Thank you. Dirty bad. Come on, man. We can't be kidding. These are college kids, man. First and foremost, you got to always remember that. That's what, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's easier to sit there in your house or whatever like that, but these are still someone's kids. These are college kids. I had to been around all these damn kids and shit like that. All these kids that you're talking about, I had to be around them. And you see them on TV and they're doing what professionals do, but they're still in college. They're not professional athletes. So y'all got to watch it with that. Gregory Glaze says Fromm been playing suspect. Gregory Glaze is like 40 years late. Like we done said this man done pretty much been trash dookie the entire season. I'm confused by this. Is Fromm's mechanics off? It is what it is, man. Yes, his mechanics are off. We'll just go with that. Ain't they still have that O-line and their other 5-star running backs? Yeah, and the guy is here for what? Like, come on, bro. If you want to come in here and talk shit, just you know what I'm saying? Like, get better at it. I'm confused. Yeah, where's all the people who talked to me about Tyson Campbell? What did I tell you? We don't know what Tyson Campbell is because he wasn't being targeted at the time, right? Now you see him being targeted by the best team that could target outside of Clemson, Ohio State, Oklahoma, whatever like that. Now what? He looked very much like he looked last year. Wisconsin up by 7. They look good. Still early, man. It doesn't matter. We lost to UGA, but geez, UGA was overrated. I'm not sure UGA was overrated, man. You gotta come on, fam. Like, whatever. It's not. That had nothing to do with that. It's all good. If you can't recognize that some of the players, like as soon as Tyreek Stevenson got injured in that third quarter, I felt in my heart it was a wrap. I was like, that's a wrap. Now they're going to be able to target on the inside. Tyreek Stevenson was doing work. If that dude right there is not the bully, then who the fuck is? He was doing work. He got injured. They said it was cramps. Why didn't he come back if it was cramps? It clearly was something beyond cramps. But he was doing work. When he went out of the game and I saw Tyreek McGee had to come in the game and Mark Webb and this shit like that, it was a wrap. About 6 drops and 3 more that would call drops that were dumbass Simmons won't die for the ball. Hey, man, it is what it is. LSU defense wasn't suspect today, not by any stretch of the imagination. Campbell has no ball skills. Tyson Campbell, that is. B. Wyman said he is the bully. Do you think Wisconsin can pull out the upset? I don't know, man. I don't like to really comment on shit that I don't really get super prepared for or whatever like that. So I believe they can, right? I know both teams' rosters very well. I think they could pull out an upset, but I don't think it's probable. Bully was up, walking good after the game. Not sure what it was. He was? Man, confused by that. Why couldn't he? He was a huge loss. He was a huge loss. True freshman like that, man. He was getting the job done on the inside. And they played him. It's funny. They did a lot of shit that I suggested that they do in the lead up to this and all these and all the content pieces that I did. Hope you guys enjoyed all those content pieces I did this week. I alternated what? I did the LSU, then the Georgia, then the LSU, then the Georgia, just trying to give you perspectives from both sides of the fence, right? Just to show you what could possibly happen or whatever like that. And you saw it. What did I say in that one? LSU could torch Georgia doing this. And who was the 2 people that looked suspect out there? It was exact 2 people that I said. Where we at? What does UGA do now? Man, I don't know what you're talking about, man. They just gotta stay the course. They gotta stay the course at least this season. But you gotta change some shit up, man. People are leaving you behind, in my opinion. At least on the offensive side of the ball. Because you got that dope ass defense, all those kids you were playing, you were able to try and you went outside of yourself. You did the flash package. You had different personnel on the field that people weren't really used to seeing on the field at the same time, trying some different shit Lewis seen out there. You really went and game planned that out right there. But it's only so much a defense can do if your offense cannot compete. And LSU made that offense super ineffective. The offense shot itself in the foot too a lot, but props to LSU for what it did stepping up. And then, eventually that defense was not going to be able to continue to hold. You know what I'm saying? You need to be able to make sure that the dam doesn't break, right? What did I say? You weren't going to. It's not like I said that LSU would score 2 points or something like that, right? What did I say? 28-24, something like that. So you knew that to be able to get them to where they had 24 points, you had to sustain some offense yourself. They just couldn't get the job done like that. The turf was garbage, pellets flying all over the place. Yeah, that was kind of funny, man. I think they may have ripped up a couple of kids' knees, or a couple of kids may have ripped their knees up on that turf. Feel bad for Dominic Blaylock, man. My boy 9-5. Scene looked like he's going to be a baller. I don't know about that to me. He looked like he had some suspect athleticism to me. He looked very slow. Like Clyde Edwards-Helaire is not the fastest guy I've ever seen, and Joe Burrow's not running a 4.4, and they were visibly leaving him behind. But I think he's going to be a good hitter, but he's definitely a strong safety, somebody you don't want to be in covers like that. What he was doing, they needed him to be able to fill the box work or whatever like that and have somebody else who could cover man to man. So at least props to them for trying something different, though. Murph, thanks for doing this all year. You're a smart cat. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hopefully people see the value in it, right? Being able to cover these different teams and give you different angles or whatever like that. Some of these dudes don't understand this shit. They'll literally see if I'm doing these content pieces with these 2 teams, especially 2 teams that I cover like LSU and Georgia. I'll give you one day this way. This could happen. This could happen. This could happen. This could happen. These people will show up on one little thing, right? And then they'll think that be the whole fucking thing. The shit is so weird to me. But it comes with the territory, baby. So it's all good. I'm sitting real pretty. I'm sitting real pretty in life now. So I'll take it how it comes. I get it how you live, baby. Get it how you live. So give me some more. Let's go. Can you do this over the playoffs? I love it. What are you talking about? This is what I do for a living. What else am I going to do? Am I going to starve or something like that? What happens if Ohio State's lose? I don't think nothing should happen, bro. They should still make the playoffs. They will have one loss, and one loss will be to Wisconsin, which was a top 15 team at the very least. How does Georgia fix the wide receiver issue? You got to get better wide receivers. That's how you fix it. You got to get better wide receivers, and you have to get a better scheme to scheme people out in space. LSU does a great job. If you see their guys are catching the ball out in space. A lot of this shit is uncontested catches. You need more uncontested catches. You're expecting somebody like Jake Fromm to throw the ball and put the ball in the real big windows a lot, right? Not all the time, but there's some times where he has to make some very, very tough NFL type throws to guys who are not on that level yet. So, or they don't have that type of talent. Stingley or Pat Pete, come on, one's a true freshman and one's a fucking Hall of Famer. You guys are killing me with that shit. You gonna ask me Stingley over Patrick Peterson? Get the fuck out of here. I got this dude's Patrick Peterson's poster up over here. That is my dude right there. Stingley's got a long fucking way to go before you start comparing him to Patrick Peterson. Patrick Peterson's going to the Hall of Fame he was doing this shit in the NFL. The NFL. Like, come on. What are we doing here? I put money on LSU winning the whole thing this year. It'll probably be some real good money right there, man. Don't count out Clemson, though. Pat Pete is your love, Logan? Hey, we accept everybody. Come as you are. Come as you are. I knew the Stingley nut gargling was coming. He should. They should be talking big props on Stingley for real, but don't do it compared to Patrick Peterson. Why we got to go there with it? Splenda, it is what it is, man. Come as you are. Come as you are. As long as you would acknowledge being Splenda, but some of these dudes be hard and they got Splenda in their tanks. UF gonna have it going next year. UF is a mother. Y'all keep fucking with the University of Florida if you want. There's one thing that they don't lack to me, and that's good coaching. The University of Florida may not have the talent over Georgia, but they have the coaching advantage, in my opinion. You can say what you want to say or whatever like that. Them dudes over there get busy. They coach, right? That shit versus LSU was way more competitive, and that was where? In Baton Rouge. When does recruiting cover start, Murph? Shit, we can start it right now if you want. At least for the Georgia people. Definitely this week, man. This shit recruiting popping or whatever like that. So we're gonna have to get some of these recruiting chats popping. Oh man, y'all doing me a disservice, man. Let me get the thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs up button. Ohio State struggling. What quarter is it, man? Y'all could be saying people be struggling, then it be the second quarter. Then I look in the fourth quarter and then they winning by 40 points. Give you temporary mod abilities. You got to get rid of the guy who says Stingley or Peterson. Hopefully that person doesn't comment anymore. Mullen equals the best X's and O's coach in the head coach in the SEC. I've been saying that. Why you think I call that dude the hacker? All he does is hack in the defenses. Colton says should UGA change their entire offense next season? Or their offense next season? They should have been did that, bro. If you're going, what did I tell y'all before, right? And y'all can look even on the Coley shit that I did or whatever like that. I was like, you did a coaching search and came up with James Coley. That was what the coaching search yielded. He's not better than Jim Chaney. He's not. You guys can sit up there and say what you want. You hate Jim Chaney because Arkansas fans hated him or whatever like that. Jim Chaney's he's got a better track record. And he's just overall better. Just because you're in the same position does not mean that you guys have the same amount of talent. Jim Chaney's just a more talented offensive coordinator than James Coley. So what you needed to do is come up with somebody who's going to do some shit that was totally different. Remember I said Kevin Wilson from Ohio State? That was the guy. I was like, that was the guy. That shit that he was doing at Oklahoma in 2000, whenever that was when they played against the University of Florida, it was forward thinking. It really was, right? He was the one putting the foot on the gas, getting 90 plays a game and shit like that, right? You couldn't have talked that guy into coming. You had to go with elevate James Coley. I'm confused. And I suggested like a Derek Dooley, right? He's been around some guys that do some different shit. Like just have somebody that come and just change some shit up and try something different. Yeah, man, I've already mentioned the Bobo thing. I don't know how many times you're gonna. That's like easy. That's like, you know what I'm saying? This is what I be saying. Like these dudes, like my friends and shit, they used to be comfortable, right? What we used to do all the time, our whole life was based on getting on chicks. That's all we did, right? Every weekend, my whole shit was based on that shit. right? Obviously, before I was married or whatever like that, back in the single life days, all we did. But when them dudes used to struggle, they would have to go back and try to like redirect themselves back to some other shit. And I was always like, that's too safe for me. I want to keep going with it. Going back to Bobo is just safe. What is he gonna do? Right? You were already pissed at him when he was your offensive coordinator before. Is he gonna come and magically do some shit? He's gonna do what Mike Bobo does, right? You're gonna be messing with the tight ends. You're gonna run your little toss sweep shit and some of your inside zone. You know what I'm saying? Why not just try something totally different? LSU, you think Coach O really wants to play the style of football that he's playing? He's an old school defensive guy, man. He's a defensive line guy from the freaking Miami Hurricane days. There's no way he likes playing ball the way he plays because he knows that this shit can put his defense out there and hang it out to dry, right? But he went outside of himself and tried something different, and he's looking like the shit right now. Everybody making fun of Coach O. What I used to always tell y'all, don't be a sheep, because everybody want to make fun of this dude because of the way he talks or whatever like that. The fuck does that have to do with football? You know what I'm saying? There's nowhere that he has not been a part of some really good football, except at Ole Miss or whatever like that. But as far as his acumen and coaching up defensive line guys and everything like that, he's been thorough forever, right? Go outside of yourself, Coach Smart. You haven't won a national championship. You need to do something different. Your whole shit was based on that shit, way too much information about your sexual encounters. Well, don't listen, bro. I'm going to explain shit the way I want to explain. It says top billing on here. It doesn't say whatever the fuck your name is. Kirby better take notes from Coach O. LSU going to have huge drop-off next season. Anybody that says the words no cap on my shit, time yourself out, bro. We don't do that here. Because anybody who's doing that shit, I don't like talking to teenagers and shit like that. I want to talk to grown men about football. UGA needs to take some notice on some actual offense. Which time, right? Alabama, they played against Alabama, right? Alabama went outside of, that's his mentor. His mentor went and tried some different shit, right? You wouldn't have seen all those little receivers like Devontae Smith and Henry Ruggs and Jalen Waddle on the field for Alabama back in 2011 or 2012. They didn't rock like that. They wanted big receivers, and they wanted physical receivers that can help in the run game and stuff like that, right? Even if Coach Saban can go outside of himself, I'm pretty sure Coach Smart can go outside of himself and try something different. Ron says he loves the show. Thanks, Murph. Appreciate it. Thank you. Is Brennan going to step up next year? It's hard to say, bro. It's hard to really say that just because of how special to me Juggler Joe Burrow is. It really is. So caught lightning in the bottle with Juggler Joe, man. Got to try some different shit while managing the physical mentality. Maybe some of the physical mentality goes away, but do you want to win, or do you want to win your way? I'm pretty sure you want to win a national championship by any means necessary, because pretty soon it's going to get old to people, right? So now you're doing worse and worse each year. You went to the national championship game, then you went to the SEC championship game and were very competitive with Alabama. Then you went back to the SEC championship game and got your doors blown off and got prison raped by LSU. What's next year? Suppose Florida is what I think it could be next year, and you don't even win the SEC East. Then you would just have gone, better do something different. Tyler Simmons is trash. We've already established that. Kirby trying to get good wideout talent. It's the thing about good wideout talent, and it's the thing about the style of wideouts, right? That's the thing. What makes LSU, I think, is the style of wideouts, not necessarily the talent, right? If you can look at Justin Jefferson, he's, what was it, 3-star? Jamar Chase wasn't the consensus 5-star. Terrace Marshall was. It's the style of receiver. OU receivers are different? Hell yeah, man. CeeDee Lamb is the best in the country, in my opinion. And you got Nick Basquin, you got Charleston Rambo. And they throw to the running backs a lot too, man. So watch out with that. And you got to worry about your boy Jalen Hurts' legs as well, and the scheme, right? So this is going to be OU, Joe Brady and Ensminger versus Lincoln Riley in the scheming up department. That shit about to be hard. I can't wait to do that shit. They have no balance in their wide receivers. A bunch of the same players isn't good as different type of to prepare for. Who are we talking about? I don't know why you guys always do that. Like, there's 50 million people up here. Be specific. When you say some shit, like, say they. If you say they, won't you say Clemson or Wisconsin or whomever you're referring to? Early signing period ends before the playoffs. Burton is going to LSU. UGA fans are crazy. I don't know why you would go to Georgia right now, only for the simple fact that Marshall will be back. Jamar Chase will be back. Trey Palmer will be elevated. It's a chance maybe Justin Jefferson come back. You know what I mean? You never know. If I'm him, I'm going to the NFL though. So there's clearly a need for a receiver at Georgia. So that will be the only reason I can see right there. If you think you can step up and be a number 1 and number 2 receiver, you probably just saw Dominic Blaylock tear his ACL, right? I don't want to speculate on something like that, but it is what it is. Burton said himself he ain't flipping from LSU. I've seen you guys are just around these kids or whatever you read from these kids. I done been around some of the highest of the highest kids or whatever like that through my big brother, Coach K. These kids done told me all kinds of shit, and the shit we've ended up way different. Dudes will tell me some shit, and later on that night, the shit be different. So not to say he's flipping or anything like that. I would just have to wait to signing day because these kids will tell you anything. Thoughts on Norvell as FSU's next head coach? I don't know if I like that, to be honest with you. I was so hyped and to break out that chop billing shit. I don't know if that's going to get me to break out chop billing. I'm very interested in Ole Miss coverage though. Ole Miss could be a primary coverage for me next year. Ole Miss and Tennessee. I'm thinking about between those two right there, or maybe both. Burton, we need that tight end to flip. He's the truth. That's what I'm saying. See, now y'all still doing what y'all doing. No matter what, Georgia fans are going to be Georgia fans. Instead of them, they just saw a team, right? It's not like that Moss went off, right? They saw a team with a bunch of receivers just bust Georgia's ass, right? And he's still talking about a tight end. You would probably want Jermaine Burton to flip if you were talking about trying to do some shit and trying to modernize your offense. It's going to be through these receivers, these catch and run type guys. UGA could have used Hazelwood all season. You got George Pickens. Like, what are you talking about? You weren't going to get them both. So George Pickens wasn't going to play with Jaden Hazelwood. They would have played together. They were friends. They would have played together at Auburn if that was the case or whatever like that. He saw the opportunity to go to Georgia when Jaden Hazelwood left Georgia. Why not be happy that you got Pickens? Who had better stats, Pickens or Hazelwood? Shows their ignorance. Brennan is the truth. It's kind of hard to know if somebody is the truth if they haven't played yet, though, bro. Yeah, Burton is from Atlanta. I think Dawes get him. Nobody gives a fuck where somebody is from. What does that got to do with anything? These people want to make the NFL. Where you're from and all that shit like that. Jaden Hazel was from Atlanta. Did the Dawes get him? Like why is every year different? Who's Caleb? As always, my boy Caleb. Clemson rolling now. Anybody is better than Coley, says T.O. Is Swift a first round pick? Come on, man. Are you high off like cockroach dust or some shit like that? Of course he's a first round pick. Or he's a first round talent. Put it that way. Wherever you get picked at, that's where you get picked at. There's been some people picked in the second round that should have been in the first round. It depends on how the draft falls out. But as far as talent, what can't he do? This is what you got to ask yourself when you're talking about a run back. What can't DeAndre Swift do? You want him to run over somebody? We have plenty of evidence of him running over people and giving them concussions. You want him to muscle relax somebody? He done gave up all kinds of muscle relaxers like a pharmacist. You want him to catch the ball out of the backfield? He can do that. You want him to break off explosive plays? He can do that. You want him to line up as a receiver? He can do that. He can do it all, man. So he's definitely a first-round talent. Coral or Plumlee under Lane Kiffin? I'm going with both. I like that. I like the setup of that, whatever like that. But I know that if Kendall Browse comes, I'd like to see it be Plumlee. If it was no Kendall Browse and just Lane Kiffin, Corral, because Corral can move as well a little bit, and I think his throwing right is a little bit something about Plumlee I love though, man. Like he gets that kind of seal. I love watching that show. I've been watching that shit for years. It's called the Season or some shit like that from Ole Miss that they put out on YouTube. I watch that shit religiously, and he's something about that dude, man. He just I don't know. He's got that same shit to me that Jake Fromm had, right? When I see him shaking hands and kissing babies and shit like that, Plumlee has that type of charisma to me. Scott R. Hefner, thank you for the super chat. Thanks for all your content, Murph, at a party, but wanting to pop in and offer a rare LSU super chat. Go Tigers, exactly. LSU people quick to talk some shit, but they ain't super chatting. I appreciate that. Thank you for the LSU super chat. Wisconsin defense is on house. I cannot wait to watch this shit. Y'all getting me hyped up about this. Justin Jefferson is a junior. Chase him. Very confused by this. I already know, we all know what class these targets are from LSU. They're not new to anybody. We need Mike LaFleur from Shanahan Tree for OC. You want him to leave the NFL to come to college? Phil's running way too much. That means they're taking away his first read if he's running too much. Where we at, y'all? Let's get it, man. I'm still giving y'all the business, man. I want to keep talking to my people. Davis Price or Emory? Both, man. They both play for LSU. Why do y'all try to like do that divide and conquer shit with your own players? They both play for LSU. That's like saying Chubb or Michelle. Both. Like, what do y'all do? I'm confused. Why do y'all do that to these people? It's like you don't really care about them. They're just some robots to you or something like that. They both made the pledge to go, right? This man flipped from the University of Georgia, went to LSU, and the other guy still stayed on or whatever like that. You can have them both because they're both on the same team in the same backfield. Just give them both carries. Zach Evans. Oh, man. If I'm Zach Evans, I'm thinking real hard about going to LSU for real. Caleb is asking about Arian Smith. Stevenson had full body cramps. He'll be fine. Damn, full body cramps? Is that like the spasm shit that we used to make fun of? He had one of them, Jones. Would you be shocked if I'm not shocked if I wouldn't be shocked if nobody goes anywhere to LSU. That's where you're going to want to go. There's going to be a need there, right? You just saw somebody win the national championship. That's like saying, would you be shocked if Jalen Hurts had went to Oklahoma at the time? They're going to have that bitch rolling. If I'm a quarterback, I want to go there. If you know what I'm saying? If I see a way that if they bring me in, right? Think about it. They brought somebody in over Miles Brennan and Joe Burrow. Suppose they want to do that again. Suppose there's another grad transfer out there that's not talking about that. Suppose it's Jake Fromm. Suppose Jake Fromm's like, you know what, man? Fuck y'all. Y'all want to call me ROTC Jake? I'll go to LSU. Let Jake Fromm throw to all those guys in that type of offense and tell me if he's not a good quarterback. He'd kill it. Who do you think UGA should get for OC? For the 455th time within the last 15 minutes, I'm going to go, I like Chad Morris. Why not Chad Morris? My first pick, though, I would try to work, you know what I'm saying, with Graham Harrell. Do you think LSU would be the number one seed? I told y'all 50 million times before this shit started, LSU had the best resume in the sport. They should be the number one seed no matter what. I don't understand why they weren't the number one seed. Beating Penn State and Michigan to me was cool, but all the teams that LSU beat before Georgia to me was better than that. I've already talked about my boy Lane Kiffin. I told y'all I'm looking real hard. If he brings in freaking Kendall Browse and Charlie Strong, you know what I'm saying? Like a source told me, that shit would be hard. Charlie Strong at DC and Kendall Browse at the OC under Lane Kiffin. Ohio State looking suspect on defense. And they're looking suspect on defense from position is obviously it's Wisconsin. They're going to be running the ball. They're having trouble stopping the run against Wisconsin. Who you got, OSU or Clemson? Y'all know who I rock with if you've been here. I know you're new, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you're new by your goofy ass comment you had earlier or whatever like that. But you like McIntyre? I love McIntyre. I'm not sure that I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I love Rich Rod and McIntyre. I was already thinking about doing Ole Miss anyway because I love Rich Rod and McIntyre had that defense rolling to me. But Charlie Strong, you know what I'm saying? If he comes, what you gonna say about that? Because the fact that he can recruit, right? They're gonna get all those Florida recruits between him and Kiffin. But if anybody knows here, they know what I'll do. I roll with Clemson, man. To the idiots making fun of Coach O, y'all asked to sitting at home while he's prepping for a title game. I'm pretty sure all those people that made fun of Coach O, they don't exist. They won't show up like your boy Murph. I'll show up and you know what I'm saying? I'll show up. That's what I do. I wish I had I got this little overlay graphic thing that I was working on that I'm gonna try to have here, and it says right here at the top, it says, "Do not ask me about my fucking team. Talk to me about football." That's what I want. I want to talk about football shit. Murph, they lying. OSU holding serve. You know what they be wanting to do? They be wanting to put people out the pasture and shit like that. They probably watch. Ohio State probably win this shit about 40. Do I like Clemson over LSU? I'm not picking against Clemson. Not picking against Clemson. I'm gonna say that's a draw right now. Till I can really work the shit on Clemson like I did last year. Y'all know Clemson was the primary cover of this. I had my own Clemson site and everything like that. Those guys annoyed me to the fact that I didn't want to cover that team anymore. But I'm not under the impression that they're not still absolutely loaded on both sides of the ball. That's the matchup. That's what I want to see the most. I want the national championship game to be Clemson versus LSU. Those teams are, to me, are evenly matched. They can flip each other's style. Like who like like where would you say? Like who would you say? You got two Louisiana running backs, you know what I'm saying, and ETN and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. As great as Joe Burrow is, Trevor Lawrence to me is still his equal. As fast as Joe Burrow is, Trevor Lawrence is faster. As big as arm Joe Burrow has, Trevor Lawrence has a bigger arm, right? Joe Burrow's a fifth-year senior, shit like that. Trevor Lawrence is 19 years old. Those dudes are even. Like the shit is even. That shit will be. I cannot wait for that. But that has to happen, man. That has to happen. I only want to talk about it because I don't want to jinx it. Don't let Tanner Moose try to cover any LSU receivers. Hell no. They do have an inherent disadvantage right there, though, because Kayvon Wallace trying to cover somebody in the slot. But then by the same token, right? Don't let Cardell Flott try to cover one of their inside receivers. Don't let Jacoby Stevens try to cover one of their inside receivers. That's what I'm saying. They have some of the same deficiencies as well. Clemson offense about 10 times better than UGA's. 10 times? That's it? Shit, you being kind of nice, young Coke. Clemson offense about 50 times better than Georgia's. It's not even close. Coach O sound like that dude off the Duluth trading commercial. Come on, man. We still talking about Coach O voice? Murph always about his business. Always, baby. Lawrence faster than Burrow. You don't know about that one? Go watch Trevor Lawrence. That dude can fucking fly, bro. What are you talking about? Now, that's somebody I've been around the most. Like all these high-level kids, I've been around that kid a lot on it. That dude is a superb athlete. He doesn't get credit for that shit. That dude be moving. He's bigger too, right? How big is Joe Burrow? About 6'4" or something like that? Trevor's a legit 6'5", pushing like 6'6". What you mean you had sight for teams? I want to get in and support that shit. Come on, bro. Where you been? You new here or something, Randy? You already supporting though, bro. I mean, I had sites for specific teams, right? One of them was LSU. I had an LSU Patreon site. But last year I had my site that's always going to be there is going to be the Georgia site, right? I'm from Georgia. I have a ton of contacts here. It's easy for me to cover that team and then be able to break news and do shit like that. But I had a Clemson site all last year, right? And an LSU site over the offseason. It's because I saw it. I knew it. I was like, oh, this is LSU's year. I felt like Alabama was going to be missing some shit. I felt like LSU could get Alabama this year. So I had already saw this shit. I wasn't on this shit for no reason. Y'all know how I work. 6'4", 225. How big is your boy Trevor Lawrence? Flott has a bright future. Flott got muscle relaxed by Dominic Blaylock. He lucky Dominic Blaylock blew his ACL out. He got muscle relaxed on that route transition. Flott was, I don't know. Flott had some miscues there. Some of them shit they didn't complete or whatever like that. Oh, come on, man. Hold up, baby. Let's make the ratio better than this. Let's get the thumbs up popping. Hit your boy with the thumbs up if you haven't already. Kirby should smack himself with that offense he got. He should. 6'6", 220 for Trevor Lawrence. A 19-year-old Trevor Lawrence and a 23-year-old Joe Burrow? If Meyer was still at Ohio State, Burrow facing Ohio State would be a good story. But yes, LSU Clemson is better. Justin Fields, though, I'd like to see both. So tell me the matchups that y'all want to see, right? My ultimate matchup, right? The one that I thought before the season, I felt Clemson would be there, and I felt like this was LSU's year to get there. I still want to see it popping, baby. I want to see Clemson LSU. What do y'all want to see? I wanted to see Oklahoma Alabama too because I wanted to see Jalen Hurts get some just. It's funny. Jalen Hurts could very much be in the playoffs, right? Alabama not in the playoffs. Alabama didn't win a national championship with Tua as a starting quarterback. Jalen Hurts still in the playoffs with another team. Somebody should give Jalen Hurts a little bit of credit too, man. Y'all know me, man. I always work off the underdogs, man. OSU pass defense suspect. Which OSU? Oklahoma State? Oh, OSU. I'm sorry, not OU. Ohio State. Ohio State LSU is ultimate matchup in my opinion. Clemson isn't quite where you say they are. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you might want to. They said they're gonna say the same shit about Clemson each year. All I know is, guess what? Name some people out there who can consistently stop what Clemson is doing. That's every bit as good as whatever LSU is trying out at the offensive position. Clemson has the same exact shit. That's what you got to know. So then it comes to that defense, right? They have very similar defenses, very similar deficiencies and everything. I don't know. I think it's wishful thinking to think that Clemson is not right there, right? Clemson still has that pedigree. They've won 2 national championships in the past 3 years and still there. What about North Carolina? They beat North Carolina. What does that mean by something? They literally lost to Pittsburgh the year that they won the national championship. Like, what are we doing here? Why do we do this every year as oh, you're a fan. I'm not a fan. So Oregon versus UGA in a bowl will be hard. That's another team that I got on the radar, perhaps to as a primary cover. Oregon. Lawrence is out there throwing darts. I don't know anybody who thinks that Clemson is not good. To me, man, like you gotta. It would be hard for me to really talk to you in real life about football. Shaun Wade getting bullied. Damn, Shaun Wade getting bullied. Y'all hyping this shit up. Wisconsin better be up by at least 2 scores. UGA versus Appalachian State. Oh boy. Houston Rockets played it. Oh, what the fuck is this dude talking about? Get him out of here. LSU offense can stop what Clemson is doing. Yeah, LSU's offense can stop what Clemson is doing. I'm confused by that. LSU's offense can stop something when your offense starts stopping something. Whiskey taking it to what's the score? It's 7-0 and they're taking it to them? Man, some of these dudes out here, man, I swear. Watch out for Oregon next year. Oh, you already know. Should have been watching out for Oregon this year. Thank you for knowledge of football and calling like you see it. You are real. That's all you can do, man. I'm going to call it like I see it, not like how somebody else sees it. 7-0 Wisconsin. These people are going one explosive play, then it's tied up. Then what? To me, if you balling out that bad, you need to separate yourself. Coach O and Dabo are similar head coaches to me. These are similar programs, very similar programs as far as what they're doing on the field and how they operate on the field. Is it Oregon's quarterback leaving? Well, they got to do anything, bro. Didn't Oklahoma's quarterback leave the last 2 years? Baylor going to be good if they get a QB? Man, your boy Matt Rule need to go somewhere other than Baylor, man. I think he deserves a – you going to get Norvell? Why not get Matt Rule? Matt Rule seemed like he would kill it at Florida State. This dude, my man is back smoking again. You gonna ask about Stingley like that's something? You think people didn't come in here in an hour and 12 minutes and say something about Stingley, bro? Come on, man. You worse. Come on, fam. Y'all smoking big crack if y'all think Clemson is trash. They're smoking crack, man. That's what they're gonna do, bro. People are gonna disrespect Clemson every year. Justin Fields has that knee brace on, and Wisconsin is capitalizing on it. Oh, it's the knee brace. Why not sit in the field? Why not sit in the pocket and just deliver the ball? But if you're going to do an early signing day feed, you already know, bro. I'm a businessman, fam. You ain't got to ask nothing. If it's business, your boy is there. You think I'm not going to – I'll probably be here tomorrow, too, for the college football playoff unveiling tomorrow, right? Whiskey could be giving out muscle relaxers. My man, what's his name? Giving out muscle relaxers? Big stiff quarterback? Don't come in here using the N-word, bro. Like, come on, fam. Like, what are we doing here? That's what I'm saying. People be disrespecting. You see me out here fucking balling and shit like that. Don't come in here making me look bad. You setting people back like 30 years. We got all kinds of races in here. Don't use that word. Do that shit around your boys. I say that shit every other word, but you will never hear me say it on here. I think LSU's DBs would be the difference if LSU and Clemson played. LSU pass rush is also getting hot at the. You think LSU's like, I hate to break it to you, but A.J. Terrell will probably start on Clemson. A.J. Terrell is one of the best cornerbacks in the country. Darian Kendrick is one of the best cornerbacks in the country. Tanner Muse, Kayvon Wallace, Nolan Turner, all these boys have played a ton of football. They have a very good defensive backfield. That probably be the strength of the team right now. Where the front was the strength of the team last year. All those boys coming back in the, on the back end like that, they have it too, man. 14-0. What quarter is it? Why they be like, it's 14-0, Murph? It's 10 minutes left in the first quarter. Tiggins is going to be in beast mode right now. There you go. So now we have to see if some of these guys can cover, right? They've been putting Justin Ross in the slot. So you got Cardell Flott on Justin Ross. What would happen with that? I cannot wait. All that game has to happen. I'm going to be so prepared for that one right there. Clemson, I got to get y'all back on the channel for a little bit. I told y'all, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't get a primary cover, but when it was time to, I'll be back. I'm back, Clemson. It's midway through second? Okay. Y'all snapped on me when they scored that TD. When they snap on me, they're giving me the score, bro. Wisconsin mobile QB. Wisconsin has a mobile QB? Wisconsin mobile QB killing them. Jake, can you hear me? Jake is not a mobile QB. You want him to be some shit he's not? Don't play Jake Fromm. If you need a mobile QB, get somebody else. You're going to make him be something that he's not. Clemson is up 30-7 right now. Would you expect anything else? People still talking about North Carolina. Somebody said, that dude said something about North Carolina. I'm thinking to myself, like, has he not watched football since then? Clemson got that shit together. Justin Ross is a scary matchup. He's a scary matchup, bro. And y'all are forgetting Amari Rodgers. Like these, I'm telling you, Clemson and LSU are so evenly matched, man. It was just 7-7. That's what I'm saying. Y'all be some premature evaluators. Y'all be worried about some shit. It's 7-7 with 12 minutes left in the first quarter. And y'all be like, oh shit, Clemson in trouble. Then you look up, then they up by 100 points. Murph, what does Florida have to do to get to the next level? Florida's already there, baby. I don't know what you're talking about. They got to just stay the course, right? Stay the course. I could say they could probably recruit a little bit better, add a little bit depth there, but whatever's there is going to get coached up, in my opinion. If it's not the best coaching staff in the SEC, it's top 2. OSU waxed Wisconsin last game, and this is different. Y'all are hyping me up, man. I told y'all I'm gonna take this bad boy, give y'all some time, but I can't wait to get up off this bad boy and watch this. I better not get off, though, then I look up and it's fucking 30-17 Ohio State. I'm going to log back on and shoot everybody for being premature evaluators. Murph, you think the Dogs get Theo Johnson? I don't know if I want to talk about that kind of stuff on here. We can talk about how good these kids are and stuff like that. I don't know. I think you know that too, bro. You're a member of my site. I don't know. I think sometimes you be in a violation, bro. This dude said Murph rocking the BBB. These dudes be so dumb. Like Brick Baller Brand made a shirt that has Justin Fields on it. Come on, fam. Y'all that goofy in life. I think you said something about the shirt before too. Like you're really enthralled about this shirt, bro. Is that big of a deal to you? It's the highlight of your night or something, bro. It's a shirt, man. Relax. What do you think of Chandler Morris? Chandler Morris, who's that? That Chad Morris's kid or something like that? This dude in here talking to himself. He said, if y'all still down the LSU defense, like who said that they were down the LSU's defense? Thumbs up. Yeah, hit the thumbs up, baby. Let's get it to 300. 4-star QB Chad Morris' son. I have not checked out Chandler Morris. I'm gonna be getting on all that, right? It's time to catch up on that. Y'all know what I do. I'm gonna be between them white lines, baby. Not them white lines that some of these dudes be on. But now it's time to really get it popping. You were correct about Mahmoud Diabate. Mahmoud be getting it in, baby. Don't sleep on Florida. Gabriel Ross says Fromm is a game manager. That's one of those thoughts where you're just like, damn, that was very profound. Never heard of anything like I've never heard anybody say some shit like that before. Gabriel just came with it. What an assessment. Taylor running against 8-man boxes all day. I want competition at QB at UGA. Oh yeah, I want to see Stetson Bennett compete with Jake Fromm. That's going to be some great competition. Ohio State going to 4 if they so it'll be Ohio State. If they lose, you would put them at 4 though to lose at Wisconsin. I would still put them. I don't know if I would put Oklahoma above them. I guess it depends on how they lose. Your one loss will be to Wisconsin. Oklahoma's one loss will be to Kansas State. So I don't know. I think y'all are being prisoners of the moment. That was a hot take. The Fromm thing was a hot take. Fromm is a game manager. He said that shit with some authority, like it was just some brand new shit that nobody's never heard before. Ohio State to 3. Okay, there you go. Yeah, Ohio State to 3 makes sense. So 2 and 3. So that would be hard right there. That's something that I want to see. Right, Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields back together again. I seen that shit play out the opening. It's still too early to tell if OSU's going to lose. It's always too early. If anything with the word first on it, to me, I just be laughing. Like, it's just fans being fans. Now, we're in the third quarter, fourth quarter. I started, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, uh-oh. Don't really want to see Jalen against LSU. You don't want to see him against LSU? Shit, he's played against LSU. He's like, man, I always play against LSU. I want to, you know what I'm saying, see playing against the guys that I play against. Ohio State sees LSU. I'm confused. I don't think anyone can stop LSU's offense. I feel the same way about Clemson's offense. Oh, damn, I didn't bring water down here. I'm tripping. B. Wyman wants to see LSU against Oklahoma. Whitey Panda says Ohio State would have to go to Atlanta to play a Southern team. So Ohio State going to Atlanta to play Clemson? That's hard. Really wanted to see Jalen against Bama. I did too. Jake Hill says, I'm glad I am no longer an unrealistic dog fan and expect for us to pull an offense out of our ass. Fromm is not the guy we all thought he was going to be this season. Definitely not. But can you not lend any type of credence to the fact that Fromm is throwing to a bunch of people who wouldn't start on any of these high-level elite teams? They eating Fields up, pause. Oh, no, Fields getting 8 out. Man, this Whiskey D-line, y'all hyping this shit up. They better win. They better win. Y'all really going hard for the cause. Fields might not even make it to the playoffs. Major pause. Fields limping. Fields always limping. Because of this huge loss by UGA, is there any way Florida will be ranked above them and go to the Sugar Bowl? It's a possibility. Anything's possible, I would imagine. Fromm should come back. I don't even think they would need to be ranked above them, though, right? Because of the Sugar Bowl, wouldn't they be like, you know what? We already took Georgia last year. We want to get another fan base up in here. Eight left in the second quarter, and the score is 14-0. Baylor versus UGA and the Sugar. Brian Hart says you just joined the Patreon site. Thank you, brother. Thank you for joining that Patreon site. First down, OSU on a fake punt. Auburn versus Oklahoma in the Sugar Bowl again? Auburn would go. You want Auburn in the Sugar Bowl over Florida, though? When was the last time? When was the last time Florida was in the Sugar Bowl? I remember Auburn being there against Oklahoma. 2 or 3 seasons ago? I remember my boy Joe Mixon going off in that game. Bama in the Sugar Bowl. Mark my words. Bama brings more money. I totally forgot about Alabama. You're right about that. I totally forgot about that. So who do you want to see Alabama play in the Sugar Bowl? Bama versus Alabama. Baylor versus Alabama in the Sugar Bowl? I don't know if I don't want to see that. Whereas the Patreon site is patreon.com/committed to the G. Bama versus Baylor don't even sound good. It does not sound good. I wish Baylor would go to where they could play one of them teams that's kind of in their region or something like that. Baylor versus Texas A&M or some shit. That would be hard. Penn State versus Alabama. That's hard. That's hard. Give me some matchups. Give me some matchups y'all want to see. I like that one. Alabama, Penn State. I'm good with that. Bama versus Wisconsin. I feel like I've already seen that too recently. They played like what, 3 or 4 years ago. Here comes OSU. They better not score. Y'all have me hyped up. Florida versus Wisconsin. I can dig that. Florida versus Oregon would be the ultimate. I want to see that shit bad. That's hard. Bama versus Minnesota. Please no. I don't want to see Bama play no Minnesota. Florida versus Texas. Texas? Wait, hold on. Florida won 10 games. Texas lost like 10 games. Why would they play each other? Bama versus Oregon would be hard, says Young Coke. Bama versus Oregon, I definitely want to see that shit. Coach Cristobal want to see that shit too. Auburn versus Minnesota. I'd rather see Auburn in Minnesota than I would rather see Alabama in Minnesota. Please, no more Michigan and Florida. I can't do Michigan and Florida anymore. I'm tired of that shit. Bama versus Utah. I don't know if that excites me. That doesn't necessarily excite me. Bama rematch versus Utah. They want revenge from nobody's there except Coach Saban. South Carolina versus North Missouri would be hard. Dogs versus Bama in a bowl game? Man, I don't think they do an SEC on SEC bowl game. Did that ever happen before if it wasn't for the national title? Randy Hogan said, my phone. What does that mean? Like, my phone. What does that mean, Randy? Clemson, LSU, that would be hard. I got to see Clemson, LSU, man. I don't want to see nothing else but Clemson and LSU. Georgia versus Wisconsin, 3 yards and a cloud of dust. Arkansas versus Utah. So the only one dude, right? I meant to block him before. So now he gets blocked for showing me, remembering that I needed to block him. Notre Dame. Damn, thank you for reminding me of Notre Dame. Who would I want to see Notre Dame play? Yeah, restart your phone, Randy. Reset it or whatever like that. Notre Dame. Who would I want to see Notre Dame play? Notre Dame or Alabama or some shit like that would be hard. That's like old school right there. Notre Dame and Auburn. Michigan versus Tennessee. I definitely want to see what Tennessee working with. With Michigan. That would be hard. Memphis. Damn, forget about Memphis. They're going to be right up in there too, trying to ruin some shit. Michigan versus Georgia would be hard because remember, wasn't it Coach? No, they actually did a camp together. Coach Smart and Coach Harbaugh. Oklahoma State and Notre Dame wouldn't really float my boat. Definitely don't want to see Georgia and Notre Dame. Don't want to see a rematch of that. Penn State versus Appalachian State. Don't think I want to see that. Tennessee Baylor. I can dig Tennessee Baylor. Notre Dame Penn State is old school. That would be hard. If Notre Dame played Penn State, that would be hard. Alabama versus Notre Dame, definitely in my top 5. Do not want to see Georgia play Minnesota. Adam Christmas came in here just to get blocked. Adam Christmas is annoying, y'all. He's an LSU fan. He just ain't got nothing to do. Baylor versus Georgia. I don't want to see that. Sorry. Wish my mods were here and they would have blocked you by mistake, Adam. That would have been hard. Navy versus Alabama. I think you should block. I wish some of you people could block yourself. Florida versus Oregon. They already said that'd be Wyman. That would be hard. That's in my top 3, I think. Fields fumble. Uh-oh. Road to vote versus Havoc plays. I do not want to see these dudes. How many Havoc plays did they end up having? That shit was dumb. You a grown ass man at Georgia talking about Havoc plays. Like you're not supposed to tackle and take the ball away and get interceptions. It's already assumed Havoc plays. Fumble. Georgia versus USC. How would that happen? Where would they play each other at? Phil's got the fumble gyps. Whatever, man. Y'all keep doing this shit. Watch, Ohio State gonna beat them by 20. App State, Arizona State. That would be hard. Just so I don't have to see either of those teams play these teams that I want to see play. Whoever said Georgia versus USC, that sucks. From a name value standpoint, it's hard, but I don't understand why Georgia would be playing USC or where they could even play each other at. I could see USC playing somewhere in one of them Texas bowls. Washington State versus 2017 Texas Tech. What's that mean? Come on, man. Why you guys always got to try to be funny when we're trying to be serious? USC in Texas? No, please no. I've already seen USC and Texas play each other like 40 times, it feels like. And I had to work both those games when I worked at the USC site at Rivals. UGA versus Michigan in the Outback Bowl. I can dig that. That'll be in my top 5 as well. Bama versus Oregon. Any of these teams versus Oregon, I'm with. I want to see Bama play Oregon, or I want to see Florida play Oregon. Auburn and Utah, I would like to see. I don't know what's up with OSU right now. I'm talking to y'all. How am I supposed to know what's up with OSU? I'm trying to get the fans what they want. Herbert is overrated. You know what it is? I think there's a little truth to that, to be honest with you. I don't think Herbert is that good. I think there's some talent around him. Maybe he's missed some of his top receivers, though. I'll give him that. But they still have some really Johnny Johnson and the Johnson kid, the other Johnson kid they got from Penn State. They got some guys around him. Herbert is not that bad. He said overrated. He didn't say he sucked. You can be overrated and still be pretty good. But they talk about Justin Herbert like he's the number 1 pick in the draft. I don't think Justin Herbert is as good as Joe Burrow, or he's not played as good as Joe Burrow. Memphis versus Utah. I would love to see that. Then I won't have to see them play any of these teams that we cover. First time chatting. Continue to keep it real, bro. Leather channel. Thank you, Larry. I appreciate you. Wisconsin should be playing for a playoff spot, but their dumbasses lost to Illinois. That is too. I forgot about that Illinois loss. Surely you can't put UGA against Oregon in the Rose Bowl. Oh, I didn't think about the Rose Bowl. Back out there in the Rose Bowl. Georgia fans will travel. I don't know if they'll travel this year, though. Georgia, Oregon will be hard. But I want to see Oregon versus Alabama or Oregon versus Florida. Herbert stinks worse than Mariota. What the fuck? Who the fuck? Come on, man. Don't come on my channel saying dumb shit. Marcus Mariota is one of the greatest college football players in the history of the sport. What are we talking about here? That dude was hard. Mariota was hard. Don't come to me talking about nothing at the Tennessee Titans. We're talking about college football. This is a college football channel. He left college football as one of the greatest college football players ever. Icebox hard. Wisconsin and OSU territory again. What's the score? Oregon is locked into the Rose Bowl. Okay. Bama Notre Dame is hard. You ain't lying about that, Peyton Mack. If they wanted to do Oregon versus Florida, I'd like to see Bama play Notre Dame. Herbert reminds me of Josh Allen. Man, I don't know if he has that type of athleticism, though. 14-0 whiskey. Okay. It's about to be 21-0. Just because you're in the red zone don't mean you're going to score, Playboy. Penn State and Auburn. Penn State and Auburn. I can dig it. I can dig Penn State and Auburn. They ain't crossed the 50 yet, and they were about to score. What are you people doing to me, man? They wasn't even in field goal range. They already said, and it's 3 and out. They went 3 and out. I thought they was about to score. All right, y'all. I think it's about time for me to go ahead and get on with it. We ain't had a super chat in about ain't no super chats on the screen too. So all right, y'all. Well, thank KC56. I'm sorry you're just joining right now, but I think it's time for me to go. So anything else? Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to your boy. I know you want to call me. What do you everything y'all want to call me? Go ahead and do it right now. Let's get it. Thank you, Mom Menace. Hit them thumbs up button. Let's get it to 300. Thanks, Aaron. All right, Caleb. Bradley. Ronnie Jones said, I'm going to start following. Don't start following off of a live stream, bro. What we do here is film studies. That's what you need to follow. Roberto Hardy is my dog. What up, Roberto? Moonshine. Moonshine's trying to keep me here with a super chat. I'm going to give y'all 2 more minutes for the $2 super chat. Come on, give it to me. What LSU people like? Give it to me. Come on. Let's go. Enjoy the game. It's almost halftime, though, so you might want to hang out for a bit. Nah, I got my wife waiting for me. Most thorough film studies out there. Thank you. I hope you guys find some value in those film studies. Oh, Jay Lee, do you agree with players sitting bowl games? I do agree with players sitting bowl games. Unless that bowl game is the playoffs, it's about making the NFL, man. You get hurt on a fucking bowl game like some of these kids, like a Jalen Smith or something like that, man. My heart goes out to those kids who get hurt in those instances. So hopefully, that's why you recruit too, man. If those guys sit out the bowl game, next man up. And then you get to see some of the young guys anyway. So I'm cool with anybody who wants to skip a bowl game, unless that bowl game obviously is in the playoffs. And nobody's going to skip a playoff game. Wadi Panda, when you get time, compare Juggler Joe 2017 to the Prodigy. 2017 Juggler Joe when he was at Ohio State? You mean 2018 Juggler Joe? I'm about to compare Juggler Joe to Trevor Lawrence. Slim Reaper. He ain't slim no more, so I can't even call him the Slim Reaper. The man's joked up. KC56 in the house. He throwing bread on it. But you know I'm gonna have plenty of shit on the Prodigy in the offseason. Keyshawn said, Murph, you the GOAT. Let's get it. Thank you, Keyshawn. How I feel about Miles Brennan for the 456th time? Miles Brennan has some talent, man. So has a ton of talent. The thing about him is he's following Juggler Joe Burrow, right? It's going to probably be hard to match up with what he did. So they'll have to scheme it up for ways that'll help him, right? He's not a big slug by any stretch of the imagination like that, but doesn't have that type of athleticism like a Joe Burrow. But he's got really good arm talent. Probably has a stronger arm than Joe Burrow. I think they can do work with him. I do. I think they can do work with Miles Brennan. I know y'all want me to hang out, man, but shit, your boy got to. I mean, come on, man. I dedicated how many hours to this game? I know y'all were entertained. Let me see. Damn, I ain't checked my phone in a minute. I done missed some shit. What the fuck? Missed call. Yo, what the fuck? Yo, man, we got some straight weird people up in this world. For real. Straight weirdos up in this world. All right, so y'all remember that dude or whatever like that we had that phone call with, whatever? I want y'all to put the word out to this dude. Don't fucking call my goddamn phone. Like, are you a fucking idiot? You know what I'm saying? Like this is my personal shit, right? I was dumb for even fucking doing that shit. I should have never done that shit. But come on, you gotta have a little bit of refinement in you. Don't fucking call my phone. Like, what the fuck are you doing? This is not really. You gonna call my fucking phone? This is my personal phone, bro. This shit nothing to do with if you can't get at me. Any right here that it's not meant for you to be. Don't call my fucking phone. So if any of you guys out here, you know what I'm saying, know that dude or whatever like that, tell them, you know what I'm saying, don't do that shit. The Walmart guy, the guy that was on the phone call. Wow. All right, Moonshine. Good night, Murph. Enjoy the show. Go enjoy the game. I'm gonna enjoy it. Gotta get that burner, bro. Yeah, I shouldn't have been fucking. That was dumb. I don't know why I fucking did that. Don't know why I did that. I thought that you would be a grown ass man about the shit and be like, all right, that shit is done. You know what I'm saying? I'm not fucking calling you without it. You still, you know that's my shit. You know what I'm saying? That's some goofy shit, bro. Joe Burrow looked like one of the all-time college greats today. If you somehow cover all his revivers, he'd beat you with his leg. Oh, all of his receivers, he beat you with his legs too, and he threw well on the run. That's what he does, man. He doesn't have really too many weaknesses. He has great pocket presence. That's what I like about him most is his pocket presence. He has an innate ability to feel the pocket collapsing and finding that organic crease and letting that bad boy fly. Ohio State still in with a blowout. A blowout? What's a blowout though? I just hope Kirby realized how terrible James Coley is. He didn't realize how terrible he was before this game. James Coley can't catch the ball though, right? Y'all know I'm not a big fan of James Coley, but he can't throw and catch the ball. 41-0. If they lose 41-0, that is, it would still be one loss though. Who else? There's another one loss team that would get in. Like who else is a one loss team sitting out there lurking? There's no other one loss teams, right? He outran their DBs. I was shocked. Yeah, he outran Lewis Seen. You got people in here talking about, oh, Lewis Seen looks good. I'm like, he freaking got outran by Joe Burrow. You think Joe Burrow outrun like Eric Stokes or somebody like that? They were comparing him to Tom Brady during the game. It's an interesting comparison. Didn't Burrow throw and catch the ball? That's Burrow. He's out there playing. James Coley is an offensive coordinator, so he literally cannot get on the field and throw and catch the ball. So it's a big difference. Kirby and Fromm are from South Georgia. He is hugging Fromm and is holding us back. Jake Fromm is from where I was born at, though. He's from Central Georgia. I'm not sure what Coach Smart's from. Can Justin Fields play from behind? Pause. Pause. What if James Coley came out there as QB1? That would be hard. That would be hard. He's like, fuck it. I'm taking this all on me. If I'm going down, I'm the QB1. Burrow completes to Burrow. Greatest comment ever. That's hard. Kirby's from Alabama? He's from Alabama? I'm confused. I thought he was from Georgia. He's from Georgia. Get out of there. They only run these damn Coach Smart commercials around here on Georgia television every day. He's definitely from Georgia. Yo, Murph, I can't find the Discord. You have to be invited to the Discord, bro. I don't know about you have to have at least a little bit of tenureship to get right up in the Discord. We've had trouble with that. People just come and we just let them right in the Discord. We don't even know them like that. But let me send you an invite, man. Fromm is from the Tifton area. Fromm has to be. I'm from Macon. I think he's from like Warner Robins or some shit like that. Same area. Kirby Smart is from Valdosta. Okay. Yep. There you go. Fromm is from Warner Robins. There you go. Tifton. Where is that? Fromm draft stock plummeted. I would definitely say so. But you never know how the NFL thinks, man. They're gonna look at that shit, right? They're not gonna look at it as a fan. They're gonna look at it like, God damn, those receivers they're gonna get real footage. They're like, damn, these receivers are trash, doo-doo trash. I don't know if Fromm stays one more year. I don't know why y'all guys like asking people that shit. I don't know Jake Fromm. Anybody that you go in these goofy ass websites and they pretend like they know this dude, they're just lying. I don't know somebody. I don't pretend to. People be acting so Joe. You know what I'm saying? There's no Joe in me. I mean, I'm not too familiar with anybody. Now, you can ask me, should he stay or should he go? That's a hard one on me, man. That's a very it's a hard one. I would say that he should come back technically, obviously, right? He didn't have a good year. He should come back. He's had 2 pretty solid years before that. He looked like a surefire first round pick before this year. Maybe get it back next year. Your receivers get a little more seasoned, but who's to say it doesn't get worse next year? Maybe you just say fuck it and just go ahead and go. Nice chat, bro. LSU fan. I guess we will see if Fields can play from behind. Pause, man. I got to pause. What's the score? No, he's not. My uncle school with him in Bainbridge. Where they trying to say he's from? Any good QBs in the transfer portal that you want over Jake Fromm? Yeah, man. Chase Bryce from the from Clemson. Somebody needs to convince him to go to Georgia. Does he want to sit there and wait for Trevor Lawrence to graduate and get 1 year that he may not get because they got DJ Uiagalelei going to be in there too, right? And Tyson Pumachong. I'm still perturbed as fuck about this dude calling my damn phone like this. You gotta be a straight little bitch. Like, these dudes be so moved by some shit. Like come on, fam. Like use your brain. 14-7 now. Now what? Y'all did all that damn talking. 14-7 is nothing. What if Chase Bryce went to Georgia Tech? That would be hard. That would be hard. You think he'd rather go to Georgia Tech or Georgia though? And he grew up a Georgia fan, didn't he? See, now they done score. Y'all done ruined everything. 14-0 sounded good, but it is what it is. Come on, Murph. You asked the dude to call you that time. Are you that fucking retarded? I asked him to call me that time. Once that shit is over, let it be. Don't fucking call me again, and don't fucking call me from some other number. It looked like it may have gotten some other people to call me too. That's when it's going too far, bro. The shit is over. Like, let the shit go. The shit happen or whatever. Let it go. This is when you become a chick. The fuck are you talking about? I asked him to call me. I did not ask him to call me again. Jesus. He thinks you're a UGA fan. I don't give a fuck what he thinks. That's some weird chick shit. You know what I'm saying? See, that was dumb. See, people like them, they mess it up for y'all. So obviously, I'll never take another call on this shit again. Exactly. Dude, pass my number to some other people. What kind of people these days, man? I swear to God, man, you see some straight chick dudes out there. He acted like you said LSU was going to lose. I did say LSU was going to lose. I picked them 28-24. What are we talking about? Really enjoyed your pregame analysis on the game. Looking forward to your videos on the Bulls. Oh, yeah, for sure. It's going to be off the chain, bro. You know, I'm going to ask whatever's popping. I'm going to be prepared. Coley is a very charismatic guy, and he's cool, which helps him as a recruiter, but he's not going to take Georgia all the way as a play caller, in my opinion. No, he should have been your QB coach. You'd have him as just a QB coach, and then you would have got somebody who was a dope-ass play caller. Unless that play caller wanted to be a QB coach as well, but that's a way to keep him on staff, right? Think about it. Texas A&M wanted James Coley, but didn't call. Your boy Jimbo Fisher did not want him to call plays, so that's why he didn't go there. Another run by Taylor. Wisconsin about to score again. Where they at, man? The 50-yard line. I already talked about the Lane Kiffin, the Ole Miss thing. I told you that's one of the dopest things that I've seen, and I'm thinking about covering Ole Miss because of that. They're just in field goal range. You think Kobe would stay if he was demoted back to only QB kicks? Who cares? There's plenty of people out there who can recruit, man. You don't sell your soul for somebody who just because they can recruit. And they're recruiting the state of Florida. It's not like they're bringing in. Think a lot of those guys recruited by Coach Coley. Like, who was the dopest people recruited by him? Like Matt Landers and these people. This is the fair weather fans part of the season to go ahead and do us all a favor by jumping out the bandwagon. If you're a true dog, you take the good with the bad. What kind of goofy righteous shit is that? You know what I'm saying? I'm not a fan of the team, but they have a right to be able to question some shit, right? Especially if they're talking about an offensive coordinator with a poor track record before he was an offensive coordinator at the University of Georgia. So it's not about that blind leadership type shit or blind following and stuff like that. They back at field. That's just field goal range. Lane Kiffin scares me because of Plumlee. Lane likes to throw the ball too, though. I want to feel like Matt Corral. If you think LSU fan base is bad, wait until you start getting the Ole Miss fans on. Well, there's a big difference, right? They may be bad in a certain way, but it won't be because they're about to win the national championship, right? So they'll have to have a little bit more respect for some shit, right? So pretty sure Ole Miss not gonna be coming up and thinking they're gonna beat so and so by 100 points and shit like that. So it'll just be a different way of operating. What up, Steph? Wisconsin on the 1? They just scored? UGA needs Trooper Taylor. Come on, man. Look at this. Did you not see this coming? Of course not. If you had, you would have picked LSU to win. That's awesome. That's an awesome statement there. You just be acting like they be doing something. Come on, fam. It's called football analysis. That's all you got. I done picked all kinds of shit in life, bro. Pray that from transfers. Wow, now that's some shit right there. Kirby just said Swift wasn't injured. I think he's probably gonna say that shit, bro. You want to protect that man's draft stock? That's what you would do. That'd be a good coach right there. I'm like, nah, he's not injured. If you say he's injured in this like that, you're gonna fuck up his draft stock. Hindsight is always 2020. That's what people do, man. People will go back on some shit that I said 80 years ago. If it's wrong, some shit that I said just yesterday, if it's right, nobody will ever come back and say that you said that if something was right. But that's what it is. My shit is about giving y'all the film analysis and the breakdowns and teaching you shit about football that you wouldn't. Making picks and shit like that, that's just fun. That's fun because y'all want me to do it. I don't like making picks. This shit doesn't, because I don't care who wins the game. I care that to know what the schemes are doing and what this team could do. And so that's the type of shit that excites me. This shit right here, I can tell that people just like it. And I'm a businessman. So you see what happened if I make a pick. What? We had fucking 300-400 people log in at one time to hear me make a pick. So it is what it is. But I can, you know what I'm saying? I can take it. You know what I'm saying? I stand on my own too, baby. Shit don't make or break me. Who else noticed everyone slipping on the field today? Everybody slipped, man. People tearing their ACLs and shit. Eric Stokes caught a bad one. He slipped real hard. Tom Murray says Joe Brady is an offensive genius. You said that twice, bro. You got a super chat. You start saying shit more than once, you get timed out or even blocked. Love the film study, Murph. F all these. Bro, they're fans. That's what they're going to do. If I was right, they wouldn't come back. So it is what it is. Delpit looked like Delpit finally. He had some really good moments out there. Wrong or right, businesses booming for type billing. Always. What is going on with Ohio State's defense? I don't know, man. I don't know. Justin Jefferson, who did he hit? Whoa, he hit Eric Stokes with a hard-ass muscle relaxer. Stokes sleeping good tonight, I'll tell you that. He might have to stop there to let him be at a hotel. He can't even go home. Like, go ahead and check him into the Marriott, let him sleep. Do you think King from Houston will transfer to Georgia? Why would he transfer to Georgia? What is that going to do for him? Not trying to sound like a preppy white guy, but can these teams sue someone for slipping on the field and causing injuries? Really, I don't know. Some shit happened to Reggie Bush. I think he sued somebody. I forget which field that was when he was in the NFL. Stingley was dragging dude down the field after the pick. Who was that? Who was the receiver running that route when he got a pick? Was it Pickens or Landers? LSU's wide receivers are insane. Nothing against Georgia's DBs. They did. They did pretty good, man. If you look at it as a whole, they didn't really get off like they would have, right? Jamar Chase, I thought could have got 250, right? I thought he might hit Jordan for like 250. Did he even have 50? Burrow hit Trayvon with yeah, he did hit him with two mean at double strength muscle relaxer. Landers is trash. He is trash. He's doo-doo trash. Wisconsin scored, so it's 21-7 now. This is interesting, man. Coffin said our DBs are good. And DBs are pretty. People are going to say what they want to say or whatever like that. But if you really look at it in the whole, they did a lot better to me against. They weren't. Whatever. It's all good. Terrace Marshall was what we said before. Oh, that shit. The Walter Grant was cold, man. What a Torrey Carter hit Walter Grant with that targeting right to his chops. That shit right there will break your jaw, man. Georgia's DBs cover LSU better than anyone. Don't tell that to LSU people. Our D-line ain't that good rushing the passer, though. Stopping the run, we're the best in the country. I knew that. I knew that they weren't going to really struggle in the rushing department. You can see why I call Tyreek Stevenson a bully. That dude's a hell of a player, man. He's going to be so good. Hopefully, those were full body cramps or whatever they said. Walter Grant got the real muscle relaxer. He slept good right there on the field. He was out. Georgia needs a dual threat QB if we're going to try to run a spread offense. What's the point of running QB so many zone reads if you don't have to run zone read? You said two different things, right? You can run a spread offense and zone read doesn't have to be a part of any of it, right? What does Keaton Slovis up there at Washington State? They definitely ran a spread. They were in an air raid. What Keaton Slovis? What run is he doing? Jefferson about passed out after that catch. He ran a long way to not, you know what I'm saying? It looked like he ran like a bike across the field like another 50 yards. They had to carry, never heard of no cramps. I mean, fool, what kind of cramps were that? Somebody said full body cramps. How do you get full body cramps? Clyde Edwards is hella slick. Nice game tonight. Clyde Edwards-Helaire? You thought he had a nice game? I think he had timely moments, but he's had some games where he's absolutely gone off and been like the catalyst of everything. Probably wasn't drinking enough fluids for a full body cramp, though. Come on. Check his stats. What did he do? Give me the stats. I meant how Georgia runs a zone handoff almost every first down from never keeps it, even though he's slow, it's wide open. Hey, I don't understand what you mean by that. They run a ton of inside zone, but that's just your natural. That's a natural. Oh shit! That's just a natural inside. This natural zone play, inside zone play. Somebody said full body cramp on here. I have no idea what a full body cramp is. I came in late, so I don't know if you mentioned it, but how do you feel about Norvell and FSU? You came in late and you already asked about Lane Kiffin. I don't think much of Norvell at FSU. That wasn't where I wanted them to go with that shit. So, but I'm pretty sure he's a really good coach, but it doesn't really float my boat like that. Full body cramp sounds splendid. Clyde almost has 1,500 yards and 20 TDs this season. What was give me the Clyde Edwards-Helaire stats from today? I'm kind of interested to see what Chris Curry can do for the future. I feel like he's going to get overlooked. 15 for 57. Not bad. Not good either. 15 for 57. Yeah, that's definitely not Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He usually does way better than that. But he had some timely moments, though, right? Like some of the catches and everything I thought were very, very timely. Good game for him. Who, Curry? Oh, Curry had? No, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. 15 for 57 is not good for him. 61 receiving yards. That's dope. But people were saying, what were they saying? Oh, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is just going to go off if you rush 3 and drop 8. Oh, no, for Curry? What did Curry do? UGA probably wishes Jacob Eason didn't transfer. What is he gonna do? He played about as worse as Jake Fromm did. Did you not watch Washington? They didn't make a bowl game. They lost a damn near legendary head coach. They were so bad. What you talking about? Justin Fields, I can see, but go look at Jake Eason's stats. He wasn't like he was balling out. These people don't even watch football. They just be talking about shit. What is the top 5 SEC teams? You would have to say LSU. Man, I don't know. That's tough on me. A lot of these guys are LSU, and then everybody else kind of jumbled in together. Young Coach says Eason was average. Who said that about the Eason? Be honest with you. Did you watch one Washington game this year? Yes, Washington went 7-5 against average competition, and Chris freaking Peterson retired. And he's somebody who should be coaching somewhere real big. Well, not to say that, but Washington's a big job. But who would have thought that he wouldn't be coaching anymore? That seems super abrupt. Joe Burrow, 28 out of 38, 349, and 4 TDs. Funny thing about that is I think I felt like I've seen better games from Joe Burrow. That's how good he is. Should have got Lawrence at UGA. Dude, they got Justin Fields. Like, what do you guys be doing? They got Justin Fields. They got Jacob Eason. They got Jake Fromm. They got 3 of the best quarterbacks you can get out of high school. And you still want them to get another quarterback? You guys be on some fantasy football shit. You have seen Burton Murphy? Yeah, I'm telling you, he's played a lot better than that. He was hitting some shit where he missed like 2 or 3 passes total and be like 500 yards or some shit. Fromm 1-6 in games when he throws over 30 passes. You mean Georgia 1-6 in games when he throws 30 passes? You know why? Because they don't pass like that unless they're losing. It's a dumb way of operating. LSU, they'll pass like that when they're winning. You know what I'm saying? Big difference. It's like, oh, we're losing. Let's start passing a lot and do some shit we don't normally do. But when they're winning, they just run the ball. You know what I'm saying? Why not, when you're winning, try to pass the ball as well and really get that and hammer that shit home and put that shit out there and work on that. Nope. They get a lead, they running the ball. Should have pursued Lawrence instead of Fields. What would it make it? One guy's about to go to the playoffs, another guy's about to go to the playoffs. Very confused by this statement here. And they did pursue Trevor Lawrence. Where you been at? Are you crazy? They pursued him hard as shit. He was not going to go to a school that had Jake Fromm. Hindsight always, this is what these people live by. Hindsight is 20/20. Lawrence good, y'all overlook him. What y'all talking about? Does nobody overlook Trevor Lawrence? Or maybe these fans do, but nobody should be looking. Oh, he's probably the best in the country. I think they proved that he won a national championship. His team won a national championship last year, and he was a true freshman. Like, what are we talking about here? But to say that Georgia didn't pursue him sounds goofy as shit. Was all over that shit. Jim Chaney. I think they put Coach Coley on him and everything. I went to a Clemson junior day, right? With one of the kids, with Matthew Hill from Auburn, the receiver at Auburn, right? Him and a business partner of mine that he was his trainer. And he told a story about Trevor Lawrence, right? And Trevor Lawrence was still a senior in high school. He told a story about identifying him super early, right? And getting on him. There's no way in the world that he was going anywhere else. I think at the end, he kind of, you know what I'm saying, just for the hell of it, just to make sure he was good, but he wasn't going anywhere else other than Clemson. I actually think he may have visited LSU at the end. Cam, Watson, Fields, Stafford, Fromm, Eason. Matthew Hill's going to be solid for next year for Auburn. Matthew Hill's that's my dude, man. How does Clemson match up with LSU? They match up very well with each other, man. They were almost mirror images of each other. He visited Florida. Trevor Lawrence visited Florida. I don't remember that. I do remember him kind of being interested. Coach O was selling him some really good shit at LSU, though. Oh, Jacob Eason visited Florida. I remember that. when Mark Richt lost his job, I think he went down to Florida and took an official visit. What is this dude talking about? College football in 2020 on the PS4. Very confused. Grandpa Lawrence was balling out tonight. Geriatric Rashard was balling. Justin Fields visited Florida too. He sure did. So did Matt Corral. I think Matt Corral wanted to go to Georgia or Florida. I think Fields was shadowing him or something. He couldn't go nowhere. I want Georgia to run more RPOs. Bama, LSU, Clemson, Oklahoma have all started running them more in the past few years, and they are so hard to defend. LSU wasn't even doing RPOs today, and they still were busting people's asses. It's like that's literally one thing. It's a run pass option. This shit is not that hard. What you need to do is have great pass sets, period. It doesn't have to be all off of an option. Georgia kind of took away a lot of the RPO shit tonight. And guess what? It didn't matter. They can do shit beyond an RPO. Clemson does shit way beyond RPO. And Georgia already does RPO shit. For the 450th time, LSU should be number one. Should UGA move to a spread? They should definitely move to a spread. Or you better get the dopest ass pro-style offensive personnel that you can find. Nick Marshall ran it first. It's not complex. Exactly. Acting like that shit is like the greatest thing of all time. Murph, did you know the number one wide receiver for LSU was committed to UF? Yeah, Jamar Chase, for sure. Half these people were committed elsewhere. Did you know Devontae Smith at one particular point in time was committed to Georgia? Players getting paid for their likenesses, so they're going to bring back the game. Yeah, but they're not getting paid for their likenesses next year, right? Isn't this some shit they're talking about like 2022 or some shit? Phil sucks now? Why does Phil? Come on now. Phil sucks? What is he doing? He's not having a good game? Who is the dopest pro-style coordinator in the country? The dopest pro-style coordinator in the country would have to be, I guess, whomever coordinates at Stanford. Stingley had a great game. 2022, exactly. So why would they bring the game out in 2020 or 2023 or 2022? All right, KC56, appreciate you. All right, y'all, I'm about to get up out of here too. Said I would go to 10 o'clock in my mind. Is there. Thank you, everybody. No, we're going to hear more. I'm going to be back tomorrow. Get some more people on here. Maybe we talk about the college football playoff rankings and everything. You know, I'll be back through the week. All right. But as always, man, I appreciate you. Hit the thumbs up button, baby. Get me the 350. Let's get the 350, man. For sure. Other than that, man, I'll be back tomorrow. Talk to you boys later. Peace. Oh, snap.